Welcome students. So we'll start with our today's topic, spherical mirrors. The reflecting surface of a spherical mirror can maybe curve inwards or outwards. A spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved inwards, that is faced towards the center of the sphere, is called a concave mirror. A spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved outward is called convex mirrors. What does that mean? चलो पढ़ते हैं इसके बारे में. Now see, first concave mirror. Okay, spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved inwards. See, this is curved inwards. Okay, so you will enter through this. It is curved inwards. It is like a cave. Okay, see, this is a cave, and you are here. Okay, you are now going to enter the cave. So it is like a cave. Okay, and this part is blocked. So that is why it is called concave mirror. It faces towards the center of the sphere. Okay, so you will be towards the center of the sphere, and spherical whose reflecting surface curve outward is called a convex mirror. See, reflecting surface, this is the reflecting surface, it is curved outwards, so when a ray will hit, it will go in this way, this curve outwards. Okay, and this side is painted. So this is convex mirror. Now clear what is concave and convex. When you say concave, you will imagine it is like a cave, you are entering a cave, and when convex, it is throwing outwards. Okay. Now there are few common terms used in spherical mirrors. We'll come across that. First is pole, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, focal length, aperture. Okay, now we'll study what is pole. The center of reflecting surface of a spherical mirror is a point called the pole. So we know that the pole is a point. Okay, now let us see here. It is a concave mirror. It is a convex mirror. This is the reflecting surface, and in here this is the reflecting surface, convex. Okay, A and B is the object placed at infinity. Now what is the pole? Is a point. Okay, is a point in the reflecting surface. Here it is a point. Okay, the center of the reflecting surface. So this is the center, or in convex this is the center. So this is the pole. Now what is center of curvature? The reflecting surface of a spherical mirror forms a part of the sphere. This sphere has a center. This point is called the center of curvature, denoted by C. So forms a part of the sphere. The sphere has a center. So we know if this is the sphere. Okay, we cut it in this way, or if we cut the sphere. Okay, basically what do we do? This we cut in this way. Okay, then here it is the pole. Okay, so this is the C. This is the C. Okay, which is known as center of curvature. The center of curvature is not a part of the mirror. It lies out of the reflecting surface. In a concave mirror, it lies in front of it, whereas in convex mirror, it lies behind. Now you see, in concave, it lies in front of the reflecting surface. This is the reflecting surface, in front of the reflecting surface, and this is the reflecting surface or convex mirror. It lies behind the reflecting surface. Okay, so it is not a part of the mirror. If there is any question asked, so you can directly say the center of curvature is not the part of the mirror. We can see here, let us take a sphere. Okay, you can see this is the pole. Okay, this is the pole, and this is the center of curvature. For now we have learned about the pole and the center of curvature. So this is the center of curvature and this is the painted region. So this will be our reflecting surface. Then this is our reflecting surface. Now what is radius of curvature? The radius of the sphere of which the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror forms a part is called the radius of curvature, denoted by r. That means when you cut the sphere, okay, this part CP, okay, here CP is the radius of curvature. This is the radius of curvature. Similarly, if this is r, this CP whole part is also r. Then now what is principal axis? An imaginary line passing through the pole and the center of curvature of a spherical mirror is called the principal axis. Principal axis is normal to the mirror at its pole. Is normal to the mirror at its pole. Now, the principal, you have seen this blue line, right, in concave and convex mirror. Well, this is an imaginary line. Okay, there is no such line in the sphere. When you look into the mirror, do you see a line? No, right? So that is, this is an imaginary line that passes through the center of curvature and the pole, not focus. Okay, center of curvature, focus and pole. Few of our students really write this, but that is not the case. So it passes through the center of curvature and the pole and is normal to the mirror at its pole. Normal to the mirror means at this point, it behaves as 90-degree, means it takes the condition of a plane mirror. This is the pole, right? At this point it behaves 90 degrees, so it will take the condition of all the condition of the plane mirror. Okay, angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, okay, and the other three laws. Now what is principal focus? A number of rays parallel to the principal axis are falling on a concave mirror. They all intersect at a point on the principal axis of the mirror. This point is called the principal focus of the concave mirror. It is represented by the letter F. You have not seen right now any F. So when a ray of light, okay, this is the object, right? So when the ray of light will fall on the reflecting surface, it will pass through the principal axis. Suppose this is one ray, we'll take another ray, it passes through this point. Okay, let us take one more ray. We have seen that all the rays passes through a fixed point. Okay, this point is called the principal focus of the concave mirror. All the parallel rays, okay, all the parallel rays, okay, will pass through this fixed point, which is called as principal focus of the concave mirror. Similarly, this is for the concave mirror. We'll study about the convex mirror now. The parallel rays reflected by the convex mirror, the reflected rays appear to come from a point on the principal axis. Okay. Now we see that a ray of light goes here. Okay, touch the reflecting surface, and it bounces back. Similarly, we'll take another ray of light. Okay, it bounces back. Now we see that our eyes is here, right? We're looking from here. Okay, can we see any bent object? No, right? What you will feel that this object here emerges from this point. We'll directly see that this object is coming from this point. Similarly, for this point, we'll see that the object is emerging from this point and it is coming from the principal axis, a point of the principal axis. So all the parallel lines which are coming from the principal axis, we call that the principal focus of the convex mirror. All right. Now what is focal length? The distance between the pole and the principal focus of a spherical mirror is called the focal length. It is represented by the letter F. This is the big F, capital F. This is the small f. Do not make any confusion. The distance from here to here is f. It's called the focal length. And this is the principal focus of the convex mirror. This is the principal focus of the concave mirror. Okay. So similarly, for concave mirror, focal length is this. Now you have also come across the term aperture. The diameter of the reflecting surface of the spherical mirror is called the aperture. Okay, before explaining, I will what is the misconception that many of us think that if this is m, this is n, this is the diameter. Okay, this is the diameter mn. Actually, this is not the aperture. Okay, this is called arc. This is arc. The diameter is the distance from here to here. This is the diameter. In the circle, what is the diameter? From distance from this point to this point is the diameter. Okay, so this will be called the aperture. Let us study the relationship between the radius of curvature, capital R, and the focal length f. We have seen this is the radius of curvature, radius, right? Also, if you see here, this is the radius from here to here. Okay, this is the radius R. Okay, this is the focal length, right? This is the focal length from here to here. This is the midpoint, okay, of CP. So similarly, this is the midpoint. This is also F. This from here to here it is F, and from here to here it is F. Now you see, if you add F plus F, you'll get R. The total distance is R. So 2F equals to R. F plus F is equals to 2F, which is equals to radius of curvature, the total length. Hence, you will get this formula R equals to 2F. Please write this down. It is very important. It will come in the next topic. Will be helpful in the calculation. For spherical mirrors of all aperture, small apertures, the radius of curvature found to be equal to twice of the focal length. So, R equals to 2F. Okay, we'll in the next class we'll study about the image formation of spherical mirrors. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding this, I hope you have no doubts right now, because we have just started the classes. You will get doubts when we'll go into the solution part. Okay, problems. You'll be getting doubts out there. I hope you have no doubts, but still, if you have got any doubts, write down in the comment box below. I will try to solve as soon as possible. Okay, have a good day. Bye.